Hey man, wrestling fans, what's going on? It's Black Couch Booking here with a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Promise you will not be disappointed. And if you're old to the channel, Couch Crew, you already know the vibes, man. I got a faceless video for y'all today, and we're going to talk about LA Knight. So let's not waste no time. Let's get right into it, man. You know, a lot of people really like LA Knight, and you know what? I think LA Knight cool. I'm not the biggest fan of LA Knight, but I see the potential and I see why people are campaigning for LA Knight to be world heavyweight champion, because I do think that a guy of his caliber should be the champion. And I know a lot of people are wondering why WWE hasn't pulled the trigger on LA Knight, getting a bigger push and being more of the, the main event type of guy. And even ESPN has offered criticism to their partners, WWE, as to why they're not utilizing LA Knight more. ESPN thinks LA Knight is box office. And you know what? I do tend to agree. But I'm here to tell you guys that there is a specific reason why WWE is doing this. And I think that reason is nonsense. I disagree with the reason, but this is what I believe. I believe that WWE is not pushing LA Knight to the forefront because of the same reason why you guys give him praise. A lot of people say he's a hybrid of Stone Cold, The Rock. He has that old school type of promo, and I really think that's why WWE will not push LA Knight to the forefront, not as fast as y'all want them to, and not to the heights that y'all believe LA Knight should be at. And like I said, he has that old school type of promo. He got that style, that swagger, and they not pushing that because WWE wants to be so current, wants to be so with the times, wants to, go with the different archetypes that, they're holding LA Knight back. One, because he has that Rock Stone Cold style of promo where he can embarrass even your best superstar on the mic if given the opportunity to do so. And also, they're going for the new style. They're going for a more modernized style of wrestling. They'll push a guy like Dominic Mysterio, who's not the greatest promo, but he makes the awkward guy that gets the girls thing works for him. And I love Dominic Mysterio, but yeah, he's not a super great promo, but they can utilize and push that because he has some, the aura, he has the huzz, as the young kids say. You know what I'm saying? They'll continue to push a guy like Roman Reigns because he has all the intangibles, and he has the look, and he has the backing. They'll push a guy like Seth Rollins because he's not the typical archetype of big muscly guy, but he can cut a promo. He's very good in the ring, and he's athletic, but he doesn't look like, the most athletic guy in the world. He does that CrossFit stuff. A guy like LA Knight is not getting pushed to the forefront for, the reason being is that they don't believe in his style of promo. They don't believe in his style of character. They want to move away from that style of character that was ruthless aggression and attitude era-esque type of character, and they want to go with a more modernized character, guys who can blend in with the modern day times. And for whatever reason, WWE doesn't feel like LA Knight can do that. Now, like I said, I wholeheartedly disagree with that. I think, the people making that comparison of Stone Cold, The Rock mixed promo, I don't see how that's a bad thing. And I think that actually makes him stand out because a lot of other guys do not cut promos the way LA Knight does. He has the catchphrase, people love the catchphrases, but Jey Uso got pushed before LA Knight. And of course, people are going to say his heritage is the reason why, but also he was a part of one of the biggest storylines within the last couple of years, the Bloodline story, and he main evented WrestleMania with his brother against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So shout out to the Usos on that. So even with him having the yeet got over more because it's a modernized word. Yeet is a part of Vine culture. It's been around for some time. It could be outdated and played out, but Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso even brought it back. And LA Knight, he has the but you know what I'm saying, that's very Stone Cold-esque, Rock-esque. The promos back in the day where the guy would have a catchphrase and he'll say something. It's very damn. It's very old school type of promo type of style, and they're trying to move away from that. And I'm not saying old as in his age, because I mean Damian Priest won the World Heavyweight Championship and they're around the same age, but a guy like LA Knight is just a victim of the time period that he's in. That is literally the only thing that's holding LA Knight back. And I don't know what the big deal is with that, because like I said, I think this can actually, not hinder LA Knight, but actually help push him to the next level. So I really do think it's an excuse, and it's a poor excuse. If the fans want it and they're clamoring for this guy, he can cut a promo, and he's decent enough in the ring. I don't see how you can't give this guy the opportunity to be world champion. You missed the opportunity a couple of times. I'm not saying he should have beat Roman Reigns, not saying he should have, won way back when, but there were pockets of opportunity, windows of opportunity, even before Seth Rollins cashed in and became World Heavyweight Champion at LA Knight. You could have tested it out, LA Knight as World Heavyweight Champion, or even, you could have found a window of opportunity to be WWE Champion, but of course they wasn't going to take that. A guy like LA Knight, who like I said, I can be objective in my reasoning because I'm not like the biggest LA Knight fan. At the end of the day, do not get this messed up. LA Knight is a champion. He's the meat champion. He the Slim Jim champion, undisputed. Jey Uso can't take it. Bianca Belair can't take it. And rest in peace, Macho Man Randy Savage. But LA Knight is the modern day Slim Jim meat champion. That nigga is the champion of meat. No pause. But I will give LA Knight credit where credit is due, man. I love his promo style. I love that he's a tweener. He's the only tweener that makes logical sense to me. He's not a guy who's a heel, but they making him a tweener just to get cheers. And he's not a guy who gets cheers but has heel actions. He's a legit tweener. He's really in between, where he will take you out, but at the end of the day, he'll stand up for what's right, but he'll tell you about yourself, and he'll tell you in a way that belittles you while still making himself look like a baby face and still getting the crowd involved. This is what you want in a superstar. They want to push the cool superstars, the superstars who's modern on social media, who's doing the TikToks and all that. I don't see how a guy who has the name LA Knight is not pushed like that. Like I said before, the maximum male models thing was never going to work with LA Knight, probably, but if they could have made that work, I think something silly and goofy like that, if they would have went through it a little bit more and then he reverted back to LA Knight, would have done him wonders. I think the feud with Logan Paul helped him a little bit, but at the end of the day, man, it really comes down to wrong time, wrong place, wrong time period. I mean, this guy debuts in the Ruthless Aggression era in WWE and isn't just a damn security guard. I think he becomes something special. I mean, we always talk about promos and this and that. This is the type of guy that you want. So I don't understand why WWE isn't pushing him, but I just told y'all why they're not pushing him. They're not pushing him because they're scared of him outshining people, and they want to move on from that style. That's why the NXT guys cut promos very differently. Even a guy like Trick Williams, he has a little bit of that old school style to me, but it's modern because of the way he dresses and how he carries himself. But let me know what you guys think, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank y'all for love, support as always. Short video today. And what is y'all reasoning for why they won't push LA Knight? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let's keep dropping these bangers, man. Peace out.